Welcome back to the EunoiaCast. So I was going to do a proper podcast intro. Today we're discussing we'll be doing other shit later on, but we're discussing Sigma males, a recent phenomenon in the manosphere of sort of right-wing YouTube, right-wing Twitter bullshit, 4chan, all that crap. And some lovely little YouTube videos from some great YouTubers like Far From Average and Anthony Spade, his personal favourite with the he's a tiger.
Alpha
Smart or something.
Alpha Rascal.
It was Alpha Course. You sound Alpha Course.
Oh yeah, Alpha Course.
Don't forget to do the 30-day.
30-day
alpha challenge.
Confidence and life mastery, and then
you have to pay for it though.
Mastery.
You have to pay for it.
The
30-day challenge.
The 30-day challenge. You pay for it. You have to. The key part is you have to pay.
What was step one again?
No fat mastery.
No, that's step two.
Confidence mastery.
Confidence mastery.
No, confidence.
Confidence mastery. Then
no
also
fapping.
you need to master the no fap because we're religious.
Because you'll be fucking so many women.
You won't
need to fap.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're gonna be an alpha.
That word's
be an
horrible.
alpha.
Really,
Such an
really
American.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's an American.
If you want
kind
to
of
better
thing.
yourself, do it.
Yeah,
do
and
the
then obviously
30-day thing.
the key thing I wish I could learn about, because I'm going to pay for this course, is life mastery. And if I can master life, that'd be fun. Wouldn't
What
it?
was
then
it?
you get 5 times better.
Yeah, it improves your life by 5 times.
Well, yeah, you do it the first time, you're like, right, I
fivefold.
mastered life this time, I can do it again, I can just keep going back for more. It's like a drug.
Yeah, well, every time you do it, presumably, every time you do this alpha course, your life gets 5 times better. So if you do it enough times, you'll become Jeff Bezos.
You will
be a
become
billionaire
God.
eventually,
You will
yes.
be God.
Not actually, to be fair though, if you want to be a Sigma male, you won't want to be Jeff Bezos because he's powerful.
Ah, yeah.
Right, the Sigma male. I'm gonna read out what a Sigma male is. Right, right. So Sigma males, okay, they're playful and intellectually curious. They're constantly juggling a variety of passions, hobbies, careers, and friend groups. They are the social butterflies of the zodiac. Let's be honest, they are. They're just lovely people. I've met a lot in my life who would call themselves that. These quick-witted twins can talk to anyone about anything. Find them buzzing between happy hours, dinner parties, and dance floors. Alright, and you know you're a Sigma male when you're buzzing between them hours.
Yeah.
And obviously that wasn't a Sigma male, that was a Gemini horoscope.
You
Oh,
little
I
dizzy
got
rascal.
them. I got them,
naughty.
right?
You said
Because
you didn't get them because you said zodiac, actually.
Yeah.
no, but they'll stop putting them terms in.
Oh, yeah,
These
It already is.
These are going to be in
No,
like
they're
the
going to
Sun
start.
newspaper.
No,
saying-
it is going. They are going to start
I
giving
love
like
the
dates you have to
Sun
be born on.
Yes, it will be, and you'll fit into that. You know, constellation of what is a horoscope, like constellation of the stars or some
Zodiac?
shit.
It's just a zodiac, it's a different stars.
I thought it was, like how the stars align.
Yeah, how the stars align on your month, like
yeah,
birthday or something.
but I'm a Gemini.
Leo.
So I'm a fucking playfully intellectual.
Pisces.
I am a
I
Leo.
think I'm
Yeah.
Chinese.
Yeah, you're the Chinese. I'm Indian.
Yeah.
So it's English. We'll just give you English.
Yeah, I'm fucking. No, what am I again?
Norwegian.
Yeah,
So I think it's.
yeah.
something like that.
I'm Irish, you're English, you're Scottish, and you're British.
No,
Yeah.
but I'm just Summit.
Alright,
Summit.
I'm Norwegian. What are you on about? 30%, man.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'm British and proud. In every way. But me and the EDL came out, that's fine. Man. To get onto the Sigma males, though, they are like, we're a bit later, let's be honest. But they are a thing that's popping up a bit on BreadTube, I think, is covering a bit more. You saw a couple of YouTubers covering it.
Paul's
spending
going to get
their
to it
time
soon.
Stealing
Paul
our
will get onto
ideas.
it.
I don't know. I feel like
Paul
we've
will
moved away from the what is it? The socio-sexual hierarchy of males a little bit because I think they might have realised how mockable it is.
No, they realised how
Some of them
mockable the
have.
Sigma male one was, but they're still on the alpha and beta shit. They
Yeah,
love
I
that.
mean, Paul still loves like the idea of the Chad, and the Chad is the archetypal alpha male.
One of our
Oh,
good
yeah.
friends is still on it.
Yeah, one of our good friends is an
Who?
alpha male.
He's passed
Are you
it.
listening,
He's-
Connor?
No, wait. I have to before properly begin though. I just need to give a quick shout out to my bro Gabe, if you're listening again. I fucking hate you.
You're famous now.
Yeah.
famous.
You're
Maybe
famous
that'd
to
be
50
Well, no,
people.
his music's actually meant to be on the podcast, but somebody's never edited it in, so it's fine.
I don't know. It's,
Yeah, cheers
I'm
for
paying
the
a tenner
intro.
for that
Yeah,
music.
cheers for the intro whenever
Well,
used. I
yeah.
also paid him for it.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to really.
No, well, you need
like,
to send us it as like an MP4, and I can
Well,
go.
I don't know what it was.
It's
now.
going to be a professional
It was- it
channel.
was
It needs to be
good.
professional.
Well, yeah, exactly. We want to be like famous.
Might have Gabe
That's
as a
all I-
Famous with
No, we should
100
have-
people.
yeah,
That's
actually,
the
no.
goal.
Yeah, Gabe's gonna be on the.
No.
He's gonna be featured on the next podcast, so I tune in for that one.
Alright. Oh yeah. No, I don't care about being famous, because I am a Sigma male, and a Sigma male is full of vague personality traits that can apply to anybody really.
Well, there are more evolved form of the alpha male.
Oh yes, yes.
The Sigma male is just like an alpha. They're like a cool guy who's muscly and buff and gets women when he wants to. Except like they also dance to the beat of their own drum and
They live nomadic lifestyles.
Yeah, they live nomadic
and-
lifestyles going across the sort of steppes
They-
of Central Asia.
They're constantly
Yeah.
travelling.
They fight
yeah.
for what they want to achieve.
Mhm.
They don't really though, because they don't want to be in positions of power.
Oh yeah,
They
that's
don't.
true. They
The-
turn down promotions.
Yeah, because that's giving into the rules of society.
The
and you
idea
don't
of
like
the
rules
Sigma-
They're
just-
not part
yeah.
of the general like norm. They're
Yeah,
different.
Yeah, they're just alphas who are like detached from society. Is what the
They've got no
ideal type
close
is.
friends.
But,
Yeah.
but
No,
can,
but to-
can anyone name anyone who would can anyone name someone who would actually fit in the archetype of the Sigma male? Because the one I can
Oh,
maybe
they-
think of was like
No, the
fucking Genghis Khan.
Doctor
Genghis
Who.
Khan is it? No, they fucking the main one they put on all the thumbnails is Keanu Reeves for some reason.
Yeah,
It's specifically Keanu Reeves and John Wick.
Keanu Weaves.
Keanu Reeves, yeah.
he weaves carpets.
Don't
Yeah,
forget
in-
Doctor Who.
Keanu
Doctor Who
Reeves
is
munches carpet.
Sigma male.
In John Dick,
Keanu Reeves
Reeves.
dressing gowns.
Look, to be
Johnston.
fair, right? He's like so John Wick, Keanu Reeves. If anybody's watched it, he's the archetypal Sigma male. He's the main guy. You know, you've got Ben Stiller, who's the gamma male. Ben Stiller's the gamma male.
Who's the alpha male?
Fucking Benedict
The one that
Cumberbatch.
gave us some guy from Vikings or something.
Ah, fucking Sheldon.
Yeah, like Sheldon's the
Um,
beta
What, from
male.
Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
No,
No, it
Big
was
Spliff Theory.
it was actually Chandler. Obviously.
Oh yeah, no. If all the Friends characters were alpha males.
Yeah,
then-
well, actually, the way
Great.
they sort of tie pop culture into this is just exactly the same way that like fucking like 19-year-old, well, no, 19 to 30-year-old women on Facebook will do like, which Friends character are you? Oh, I'm Ross Chandler, and
I'm Ross Chandler.
Like the
Chandler, I'm Ross
Facebook, the
Chandler.
Facebook quizzes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Facebook.
No, it's
quizzes,
like
yeah.
it's like the starter packs.
What dog are you?
Oh yeah.
I like
Star
that.
Trek shit.
Yeah, no, or the fucking I don't know what they're called, but the one where it's like the which thing are you, and it's like you got the list and they put the traits under. So it's not like a
Yeah.
quiz or anything. You just I am fucking I don't know.
I am
It's
half
that
dog
kind
and
of thing.
half guinea pig.
Yeah, no, it's like the BuzzFeed
Yeah.
I've
quizzes.
never
Oh,
seen that.
BuzzFeed personality quizzes.
It's
Yeah.
like, which celebrity are you based on your favourite
Beast.
type of beans?
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
least, no, but at least when people sit and do BuzzFeed quizzes, they don't think
It's
it's,
passive.
actually real life.
Well, no,
create
well,
create
hopefully
an
most
English
people don't.
breakfast, and it'll say what type of person you are.
Yeah, that probably is a quiz to be
Alpha
fair.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be the alpha male.
Alpha males like eggs, bacon, sausage.
Sausages, anything with
Scrambled
protein.
Yeah.
So they're like
Order-
eggs and scrambled eggs.
No, create your ideal McDonald's meal and we'll tell you your
Really?
sexuality.
Create your
What's
item.
the- Wait, what's the beta choice of egg? I think boiled egg.
No,
Boiled egg, yeah.
Boiled egg is the beta choice of egg.
Deviled?
I
I've
think.
never eaten a deviled egg and I don't actually know
What is that?
It's
I
like a
thought they were
pock
called
egg.
bedeviled eggs, but
Deviled
No,
eggs
they're
are
not
kind of
bedeviled
like,
eggs.
bedeviled eggs.
It's like what posh people get when they go to like Harvey Nichols.
Harvey
Deviled egg.
Nichols. Who the
I
fuck's
feel
that?
like
It's like a really posh place. Have you not
Katie
seen
Price's
it?
son.
What? What?
No, deviled
That's an
eggs,
outdated
right?
reference.
Deviled eggs, right? You boil the egg, you cut it in half, they take all the yolks out and they mix it with like
Oh, that's
mayonnaise
bullshit.
and paprika or something like
What's
that.
that?
That's fucking
That-
Omega.
yeah, no,
What's
that's
that one
fucking
where you
loads
crack
of-
it? You crack it in the boiling water.
That's fucking gay.
It's a fucking what's it called again?
Who?
You crack
Well,
it in the
sometimes
water.
you put it in
Ben
the water,
Stiller.
no, you stir the water and then you put the egg in. It's poached. It's a poached
Yeah.
Poached.
egg.
No,
Poached
poached.
eggs.
Poached
nice.
to like they're between alpha and omega. But the real alpha fucking choice of egg
Omelette.
is fried.
Bollocks.
Actually, I prefer scrambled, but I feel like the alpha choice of it is fried.
I think Sigma is omelette.
Omelette is an egg.
No,
Omelette is
the
a kind of
alpha.
egg.
the-
No, it's not. It's an
Omelette
egg.
is an egg. Omelette is an egg.
Omelette is a way of
Isn't
doing
it?
it.
Wait, what?
But it
Omelets are
isn't.
eggs.
It's
It's
not
just
egg.
egg with milk and
Omelette
like some
is egg.
fucking stuff in
What?
it.
That's
You
like saying
just-
pancakes is eggs.
Did you just say
No.
omelette is an egg?
No, he's saying that.
What?
It
No,
is.
omelette is like a way of doing your eggs.
Yeah, 'cause it's egg
No,
and
it's
milk.
not.
It's
Yes,
egg and
it
milk.
is. It's
It
not.
is.
Yeah,
Alex,
it is.
no, but you put milk in scrambled eggs. Does that mean it's not
Huh?
egg? What?
No, I'm saying
No.
omelette is egg.
Yeah, omelette
Who
is.
said omelette's not egg?
It's
Right.
not just egg.
Omellette's a way of
What
having
is
your
egg?
eggs.
Elements.
No, but like, right,
It's not
I
like a
put-
variant of an egg that you make. You know what I mean? It's like
Called
you know, you
what?
put egg in a load of shit. You put egg in bread.
What
You know
the
what I mean?
I don't get what your argument is.
It's not a fucking egg on its own. It's what I mean.
Well,
No, but nothing
but
is an egg on its own
scrambled-
besides fucking egg.
Put milk in.
No, scrambled egg is an egg on its own.
No, 'cause you put milk in it.
No, well,
But
hang on.
milk's in everything.
So it milk's in an omelette, so an
Omelette?
omelette's an
I
egg.
Milk's
don't-
in cups of tea.
I don't even put omelette in my eggs. No, I don't even put milk in my omelette. So my omelettes
Is
are
an
more
egg.
egg than your scrambled eggs.
Oh, fuck off.
Bollocks, fuck you.
That's bollocks.
So
No,
you basically have a fried egg just with the yolk mixed in.
Eh?
That's your omelette. It's like a
No,
fried
I
egg with
just,
the yolk
I
mixed
fucking,
in.
what'd you do?
Whisk.
I beat my egg.
You beat to the own drum.
I beat my egg, and then I pour it in the pan, and I let it fry. And I sometimes put a bit of bacon on.
So
Bit of bacon on. Bit of bacon on. I get it.
Eee.
So it's a mixed fried egg with bacon in it.
Pretty much.
But so it's not an omelette?
That is none.
It's
Or
not.
what is
It
it?
is a-
Fried egg.
Omelette.
What is
I've
an
never had
omelette?
an omelette.
Was
In
it
all
egg pan?
fairness.
Omelets
Alright,
are
you
so
try an
good. It's the
omelette.
omelette eggs that are nice as omelets.
No, I
Yes.
know these.
Yes.
Yes!
No, what
I
about
know the
fried, scrambled, boiled?
Vile.
Boiled might be
I
the
like
bitter egg, but it's
pork.
great.
No, he is the best one, right? So you get a lovely bit of bread, like a tiger
This has
blue
turned
in
into
a
like a
loaf,
cooking
right?
show.
And then you get
That's
some
food's
avocado,
consumption.
right? You mash up your avocado, you put some chili
Oh.
flakes, some
Oh,
salt,
avocado's
some
just
pepper.
This
grass.
is some fucking
Shut
white
the
liberal
fuck-
shit, innit?
Shut the fuck up, right? Right,
Shut-
shut the fuck up. You top it with a bit of roast tomatoes, right? And you put a bit of feta on, then you
Oh.
fucking whack a poached egg on the top, and it's fucking beautiful.
Liberal.
Fuck off.
No, that is.
Yeah,
That
but
is-
what
that
do you
is liberal.
season
That
it
is
with though?
like
What do you
decadent
season
fucking
it
So you
with?
put, like, you
Yeah,
put
that's-
chili flakes,
that's-
salt, and pepper, and your
the egg of the
avocado.
proletariat is the omelette. That's a fact.
No, it's not.
What?
The egg of
Yes,
the
it is.
proletariat is a boiled egg.
Yeah, of course.
That's
Egg of
that's
what?
they do. No, but the omelette is
Proletariat?
just a. I don't know. It's
What-
just a
what?
superior form of egg. It
Oh,
doesn't
yeah,
taste
a
like egg. It tastes
boiled
like
egg
bread.
is working class. Sorry, but it is.
No,
It's
right,
it's
fair enough. Right, egg and soldiers. What's that?
Working
That's
class.
a
Yeah,
child's
if you're
meal.
gonna-
What
Yeah,
is
right.
egg and soldiers? Is that beans and eggs?
Beans.
What?
I don't know what egg
No,
and soldiers
fuck
is.
off.
No,
you're not
egg
being
and
serious.
soldiers,
No.
right? So you boil an egg, but you keep the
He
middle
doesn't
running.
know what eggy soldiers is.
No, me
Eggy
nana used to
soldiers?
tell us what they
That's what
were.
they
It's-
call it. Eggs
No!
are eggs.
You get a
Egg
boiled
and
egg.
soldiers.
You get a boiled egg and
No,
the
no,
yolk,
I
the
need to
yolk's
explain. I
runny,
need to
and
explain
you
why I
dip
don't
like
know what
toast
this.
in it or
My
bread.
nana used to
Yeah.
tell me what it was, but then I forgot, so I don't know what it is. I never looked
Oh,
it
That's
up.
right.
not an explanation.
You
So-
can't
No,
know
right,
anything.
I'm
if
trying
your
to
nana
tell
tells
you,
something.
You get a
Right,
boiled
and you
egg and
forget.
it's, the yolk's runny.
Oh, and then you dip your
You
bread
dip
in.
your bread
No,
on your
you,
toast.
no,
then
you
bake.
make you toast
In
the
it.
bread and you put it into like a little strip. So
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the
you put
soldiers.
them in
Yeah.
the strip
It's
ball.
not eggy soldiers, by the way.
It is.
It's
That's
egg
why
and
it's
Eggy,
soldiers.
eggy soldier
Eggy
would.
soldiers.
Eggy soldiers. That
Eggy soldiers.
would be like French toast.
Is that
Yeah.
big?
No,
Yeah.
that's
French
that is
toast.
beige.
That
That's
involves
eggy
beans.
bread. No,
No, it doesn't.
I don't think a lot
It's
of things
eggy
involve
bread?
beans.
I think
No,
we
the
have to-
only thing that needs
think we
to
have to
involve
stress-
beans is Weetabix.
And that's
Oh,
why
that's
Sigma
corporate
males
shit.
aren't real.
That's,
No,
I
right.
realised
I-
that was. I said that the other day. We were playing pork, and I was like, "Oh, fuck, Weetabix are putting beans on the eggs." I mean, no, people are putting beans on the Weetabix, and then you told us like it was
People
just
putting eggs on the
no,
wheel.
but it was just some corporate thing.
Yeah.
It was just
People,
like Twitter
people
trying to
are
advertise.
putting. There's an
that's right.
advert. There's an advert for Weetabix, and people are putting cucumber on it. There's an actual advert.
It's fucked up.
Disgusting.
Yeah, well,
And
no,
yogurt.
because no, but they're
Yogurt as well.
Weetabix are trying to be edgy with food now.
Because
No,
Weetabix
they
is like
fucking-
nana food. It is nana food.
I eat Weetabix all the time.
You put sugar on your Weetabix.
No,
right?
I don't.
Oh, sugar, and then
Why
and then
would
you
you
put
put
I
sugar
put-
on your wheat?
then you
Syrup?
No, I
crisps.
put water on me Weetabix.
Right, she just said that she puts crisps on
No,
it.
no, no. When you put when you put sugar on it and it crisps,
Oh,
it
right.
like
I see.
crisps.
Oh,
No,
right.
no.
Okay. No,
No,
that is
right.
good.
That's
Golden
superior.
syrup is underrated and should be put in more
Golden
things.
syrup,
Shut the
what's
fuck
that?
up.
Golden syrup is like syrup. But
Golden
just
syrup's
sugar.
good. Golden syrup's good.
No, I
No,
thought
Weetabix.
golden syrup was like oats and shit. Like
yeah,
an oat
you
brand.
do put in oats, but you can also
No,
put...
you don't eat oats.
I used to eat porridge.
Really? You eat porridge?
Not now. I used to eat porridge.
Oh, fucking hell.
No, porridge is horrible unless you put syrup in it. If you
Yeah,
put syrup in it, it's
I
nice and
agree.
sweet.
No,
I
the
agree,
texture
I
of porridge
agree.
is like...
No, the texture isn't good, but the
Oh,
taste, it's
like
lovely
rice.
and sweet with
Yeah.
a bit of
It tastes
syrup.
like rice.
It's
tastes
like
like
it's
rice.
like
It doesn't
rice
taste
pudding
like-
is only
I
nice
fucking
when
hate
it's
rice
like
pudding.
apple flavoured.
Apple flavoured what?
Rice pudding.
Nah, I couldn't get
Fuck
rid
that.
of
I
that.
don't
Oh,
like. I
right,
don't
I
like
know.
fruity desserts. They're just fucking like homosexual. They're
Fruity desserts?
Yeah.
Fruity
They're like
desserts
bent-
are homosexual. You heard it here.
Yeah.
The
It's
homosexual.
not,
This is the
I know
Friday
the real.
food
I know the
podcast.
real alpha egg. The real alpha egg is the human egg because they're fucking so many women.
The human
Yeah.
egg, who's this? I thought you were
No,
referencing
like-
somebody.
The egg in the
Eggs.
woman.
No,
What do you
like
mean?
like an ovary.
Because the
egg.
fucking
Oh,
so many
shit.
women.
I think-
Fucking so many
Oh,
women.
right.
That is
Real-
the alpha
You've-
egg. Alphas
Actually,
don't
that's
It's
eat
going to be a
egg.
horrible word
Alphas
there.
don't-
I was
All
going to say
alphas
you're
eat.
fertilising the eggs. It's
Oh.
horrible.
You must
Alphas
impregnate
eat.
you.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Alphas eat only unseasoned steak and potatoes.
I
That
thought
is
you
the
could say
real.
Alphas only eat fucking...
That's what I thought you were going to
Eggs.
say.
Like,
Unseasoned
Yeah,
ovary
Right,
eggs.
here's the thing, right? So the alpha egg is the ovary egg, right? This is genuine. The sigma egg is a bean. Right? Genuinely, because the sigmas don't play by society's rules. They don't eat
Oh,
what
No,
other people call
a
eggs. they eat
sigma
beans.
egg is like a frog egg or like a fish egg or something.
No,
Oh,
actually,
don't-
sigma egg is curry.
It's a duck egg. It's a duck egg. A sigma egg is a duck egg.
No, that's fucking- that's
Sigma
bougie.
eggs are poppadoms. Right? And betas eat naan breads. Right? That's all they eat.
Sigmas never wear pop.
No, I've
They
just
probably don't, to be honest.
I've just thought of a good egg-related story, and it was when Riley
What did I
was
do?
when you were around Christmas time, right? And my brother, he's 16, he's a fucking idiot, right?
The one that's going
If-
to show.
Yeah, he's
Showcase
gonna be.
on
I'm
it.
sorry, Gabe, right? If you're listening, right? But so he thinks he's a chef. So he was like, so me mum made Riley scrambled eggs, and Riley's a bit autistic, so he wouldn't eat them
I'm not
because she
autistic,
because she
I'm
put
an alpha male.
because she put pepper in them, and it made them turn like a weird colour. So he wouldn't eat them. So Gabe was like, don't worry, Riley, I'll make you scrambled eggs. So Gabriel stands there making eggs, and he pours like fucking loads of milk on
Yeah,
top
it's
of the
coming out
eggs.
of the egg.
What?
It's coming
He
out of
poured
the egg.
loads
It's
of
pretty
milk in
rancid.
the eggs, and he was like doing this weird shit, like he was some sort of chef, like fucking scraping it about rapid speed.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I said, Gabe, what the fuck you doing? It's just egg. He was like, well, no, I'm making it properly.
It's just egg.
So then I looked at the pan, and the eggs were cooked, but they were like soggy. So I pressed
Soggy
I
eggs.
pressed one of the eggs down, and milk was like pouring
out.
out of it.
I could
These
imagine
eggs
that
were
like
oozing
would be
milk.
kind
I
of
did-
nice.
No,
So it'd be like
shut the fuck
creamy,
up.
it'd be
No,
like
it wasn't
creamy.
creamy. It was
That'd
just
be
milk.
horrible.
I did something that was quite unrelated to that earlier on when Kale was making. You've all heard Kale. He did the intro for the last couple podcasts. He's a cool guy.
No, not the last
Isn't he
one.
the Chinese
no,
one?
no, but, huh?
In here, the Chinese one on the podcast.
No, he's Indian.
Indian.
Don't contract
he's
him.
Yeah,
Indian.
he
takes
yeah,
offence
he's yeah.
Right.
He
No, but-
was on the fucking
You
the
know
Kashmir
cast.
border, right? He was telling the Chinese, nah.
But Kale was making a milkshake. He makes like these weird strawbanana kind of milkshakes.
Strawn on.
No, not strawbanana. They're like banana, milk, ice cream, and that kind of thing. And I convinced him.
Bill,
Cal's
just
Cal's
give us a pass. I was going to try and make a word out of it, but fuck it.
What? Strawbanana.
No, like banana milk ice cream.
Oh,
Is
like
that what he has? Banana milk and ice cream?
banana milk and ice cream.
That's not healthy.
Well, banana is.
It's milk.
Milk's
Yeah, it
healthy. So it's like
Yes, green
thingy.
Is
Blue
ice
top
cream
causes
healthy?
cancer.
No, he has. Not the milk, just the blue top causes the
Oh yeah.
But I convinced him to put one like tomato bean in his fucking.
no, you mean Heinz like?
No, they weren't
You
Heinz.
mean
They were knockoff Heinz.
Branston?
No,
like
no,
Branston
they were
beans.
Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's.
Oh, Sainsbury's own
Yeah.
like.
Kale
own
eats
beans.
pizza and beans.
Yeah, and he eats cold pizza out of sandwich bags.
And
Yeah,
puts
that
beans
is
on top of
unusual.
it.
That's something I kind of
So Kale put a bean in his milkshake.
Yeah.
Did it
And
taste
like it.
beanie?
He said it actually tasted better than normal.
Oh fuck!
No, genuinely, he
No.
did, and it was only one single bean. I think that's like
Did
he
he
added a little bit of
Did he
flavour.
flick the bean?
No, he didn't flick the bean.
No, he got
just
changed
straight up
by
head.
Yeah.
He drank the bean because he's an alpha, you know.
I actually want to
fuck,
do
don't
that
need to
now.
flick any beans.
I like to blend beans.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
blending
I want
beans.
to
wanna
make.
see what happens.
I want to make like fizzy milk.
No, you're
Do you
not.
know them, like,
fucking-
seltzer
you go to the
things?
gym, they're taking the fizzy out of drinks.
I want to make. Do you know them seltzer machines that makes water fizzy? I want to make like
What, fucking,
milk, like
Soda
fizzy.
Stream?
I was looking at.
Fizzy milk.
I was looking at
Fizzy's milk.
I was looking at getting a
Yeah,
soda
no, it sounds
stream
like-
for a good 6 months just to make fizzy milk.
Why?
I
Just
feel like that
disgusting.
thing you'd see on like a kids show. Like,
oh, yeah.
hello, mister, I'm making fizzy milk. Like, you
No,
know what I mean?
Because
He's walking in and
it
he'd be
wasn't
like,
just fizzy milk. I wanted to make like fizzy tea, fizzy coffee.
Fizzy tea?
Yeah, just to try it.
Is it? I feel like they would all just
be
like
horrible.
it would just even if it tasted the same, it would feel wrong.
No,
in your
because
mouth.
I
Yeah,
just
like
really
Jimmy's
want to.
off.
I just really want to do
Like
it. It's a
partying,
thing
remember?
that I've wanted to do for a good
Partying.
3 years. Is just make fizzy milk, but
I want to
No,
make
it's so
no.
expensive.
I hear your fizzy milk, and I'll raise you fizzy Calpol.
Oh, fuck that. Calpol's horrible.
Calpol is vile. Calpol's
Calpol,
vile.
you don't want to be taking Calpol.
No, I'll raise you another one. The banana medicine that everyone had as a
Oh
child.
yes,
Fizzy
I had
banana
that.
medicine.
Medicine. What
Yeah.
the fuck is that?
Did you
Did
never
you
had
have
it?
that?
No.
Banana medicine.
sure-
when
Yeah.
you were
Was it
It was vile.
antibiotics?
Yeah, it was antibiotics.
it
it
was
was
like-
vile.
where
It
did
was
they
like
have
a.
these?
It was like a
It was-
pale
I
Yeah,
thought
it's like
you said-
yellow.
Yeah, it
I
was
was gonna say, I
vile.
thought you said they sold them in the Chinese. like the Chinese
No,
restaurant.
it was because when I was like 5, I used to get like
And it's
I,
the
I, had, I,
worst
had a
medicine.
kidney, I had a kidney infection. I think it was antibiotics, and my mum kept it in the fridge.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah,
loved
yeah,
it.
yeah. I hated it.
I loved it.
vile.
Well, it's only
I
a
did not
tablet.
like
'Cause
it.
no,
No,
it wasn't.
No,
No,
it's
it
medicine.
was like Calpol, but it was
Oh.
like
Banana,
flavour.
and it was
It was like
slightly
banana-
gritty.
banana-
It was
yellow,
slightly
creamy.
gritty.
Oh, banana
Oh, what?
flavoured.
I
Yeah.
don't remember that.
Yeah, it was
Banana
like
flavoured.
slightly.
Bananas are lovely. Like bananas are a great fruit.
But banana
I hate
flavoured
banana
things
flavouring.
are vile.
Banana.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
earlier. There's a
You don't like
strange-
bananas.
No, I don't
You can't
like
get on
bananas.
this.
I only
No,
like
I can't
green
have this 'cause
bananas.
I have a
I
point
can't
in
get
it,
on this.
right?
No,
There
no,
is
no.
a real lack of banana flavoured things. You don't get banana flavoured Skittles. Any kind
Yeah,
of
but
fruit-
why?
Wait, hold on.
Right?
No,
Any
but-
kind of fruit flavoured sweets. There's not a banana.
Yeah,
in
but
it.
Yeah,
no
there
one
is.
wants
That's just
Yes,
like
them.
there
saying
is.
music, but it's not.
There is
I'm
there's
saying
them
it
little,
is.
there's
That's
them
the form.
fucking, yeah.
No, but it's like
And then
saying
there's the hard
book-flavoured
candy.
Food is
No, there are banana flavoured sweets.
Well, they're disgusting.
Who the
But-
fuck would
but
buy
most
banana
sweets-
flavoured sweets?
Well, dickhead in faggot.
Who's a dickhead
Aaron-
taking bananas?
Yeah.
Stop saying that word.
I can
it's
say that
naughty.
I have the pass.
Aaron-
I got it
You
off
don't have
early.
the pass.
Aaron might partially have. We're
Yeah,
giving
partially.
You can't
have the
tell me.
pass.
You know.
Who's going to tell me off? Me mum? Me dad?
Your
They
50,
might
your
listen.
50 listeners.
Yeah.
Gabe,
I hope they do. They can. I hope
Gabe
they can.
takes great offence to
Game
that
has
word.
Game's name. Spoiler.
Gamers, gamers.
I used to say that to him when he was little, right? I used to say, Gabe, you gay because your name is Gabe.
Oh, you've got
And he
him
used
there.
to, no, he used to actually sob. He used to
When
cry.
I was like 10 or 11,
By the way, I was about 5.
when I was like 10 or 11, I was starting to become a bit like.
So you call him like a 3-year-old
Progressive.
gay? Well, if you were 5, he's 16.
No, I was probably older than 5. I was about like 7.
17, yeah, Gabe.
When I was
Continue.
getting to be a bit progressive by about the age of 10, and I thought gay people were like alright. People would call me Aaron. They would call me Aaron Gayson in primary school, and I would just respond with, "What's wrong with being gay?"
I
Doesn't
did
your mum
that.
still call
Right,
you
so in my
Your
primary
mum still
school.
call you right.
No, in my primary school we had so it was like the part of the yard where everybody used to like play football, and you couldn't walk across it without getting smacked in the face by like a ball. So in this yard we had those. You remember those pencil bins? The bins shaped
Oh, yeah.
like pencils.
No.
Right. So in that corner of the yard, it was called the lesbian corner.
In primary school.
Yeah.
So
In
it was
primary.
lesbian in primary school.
Anybody who went
Your
in the
mum.
lesbian corner.
My mum was a lesbian in primary.
I remember I once went there to put something in the bin. In this, oh wait, I shouldn't say his name, but it was Liam Cook, right? And I went to put something in the bin. He went, "You're a lesbian," and I went, "What's wrong with lesbians?"
Because you're putting something in the bin, you're a lesbian.
No, because I was in the lesbian
recycling's
corner.
only for
Lesbian
lesbians.
The bin was in the lesbian corner.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but what made it the lesbian corner?
Fuck all.
A bunch of lesbians.
Must
wasn't there?
There's like 10.
What? There's 10
No,
lesbians.
no, nobody's a lesbian when they're 10. Nobody's anything when they're
Tell a
10.
lot of the lesbians who were 10.
Nobody's a lesbian when they're 10.
Yeah, wait, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
my mum was a lesbian when she was 10. but
My
she
mum was a
grew up
lesbian when she was like
In the womb.
13.
In
The
the
womb.
womb. It's fun
in the
dark.
womb.
that.
Fucking Jesus.
Jesus.
No, I'm not going to go in.
What? Kids?
Oh no.
I was going to say technically you are lesbian.
Oh no.
Oh no, that's horrible.
That's fun.
No, ignore me.
Yeah.
I'm having a go.
We
Right,
respect
not.
muff
We've been
munchies.
talking about milk. And I've got the best milk story. By far and away, I've got the best milk story.
It's gone from talking
I
about
have
like
the worst.
Sigma males
No,
to talking about
This is the-
milk.
I thought the
It's
Sigma
just
males,
the
they're
flow.
just fucking losers
Faggots.
anyways.
They're beaters.
Yeah, their beers, ironically enough, they've come full circle. It's like, you know, the horseshoe theory sort of shit. And the right, this milk story is a cracker, okay? And I'm not.
Cracker.
It does involve a lot of crackers. Alright? My mum was buying a blue top of milk.
Blue top milk's
She
the
was-
best milk.
It is the best milk, but it's iconically unhealthy. And we know this person, she's a local heroin addict, and mum's buying a blue top milk. She's fucking loving life. She's like, oh, can't we have this blue top milk?
We love you, blue milk.
It's gonna be fucking.
Beans
Blue
and
top
milk.
And she leaves, and then everyone else stops and goes, Tanya. I shouldn't have said her name. No, she stops and goes, Mum. Right, she stops and goes, I wouldn't have that. Blue top milk causes cancer. And you can see in her arms the fucking injection, the collapsed veins in her arms. And she's like, look, that'll give you cancer, that I wouldn't have it. I'll turn it off you.
Which is smoking. Which is smoking, was it?
She's
Smoke
probably
the
was.
milk.
No, I love when I'm talking to people, and I smoke. I'm a smoker, but I'm talking to people and they're going, "Fucking hell, all this shit, it's so unhealthy." Oh, I couldn't have unhealthy.
No, it's like fucking. They have some.
I've caught myself out a couple of times doing that,
Right.
like going, "Oh, I don't drink at all." Right? That's a fact of the podcast.
And would you say like
I don't drink.
drink 'cause it's unhealthy?
No. I say like, oh, drinking is a pretty horrific thing, and then I'm like doing that, and it's like, oh yeah, I get the hypocrisy. You know, I'm not like a dickhead around.
Well, everyone
What
does
if?
something though.
Yeah.
No,
of
wait.
course.
What if, right? You get milk, right? You dehydrate, right? So you're just left with like crystals, right? You
Wait,
get
the
the
milk.
crystals.
Wait, the milk's dehydrated.
Yeah. You dehydrate the milk and like cheesy kind of crystals, right?
Cheesy crystals.
You
That
grind.
sounds like a good pack of
Shh,
crisps.
shh.
That sounds like what's it fingers.
Shh. You grind them, right? You grind your milk crystals, and you put them in a joint.
You smoke cheesy
That's
milk.
something that's
Milk
that is
crystals.
something that people would do just to be edgy. They'd be like, yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
use
No, they'd be like,
you
yeah.
use tobacco. So unhealthy. I smoke milk. There's this Facebook group called like Rate My Joint, and people put some of the weirdest things.
Oh, I can imagine that in
In
the
it.
chat then, but like in
What
real
about
life,
beans?
somebody goes, you smoke fags? I smoke I literally smoke milk.
No, I have the saddest milk story.
The saddest.
You have a funny one. I have the saddest, but I shouldn't say it. It's
Cried
too
over
sad.
spilt milk.
How is it?
It's just too sad.
Is it too sad?
It's a triggering milk story
For the people listening, for you?
for the people listening.
What,
Probably.
they'd get triggered by
It'll
it?
cause
You
you.
would
It'll give
get
you
Orange
PTSD.
I'll pull up a little.
Pub of water.
Disclaimer.
No. Should I?
I'll move the mouse around.
Should I?
Yeah, he does a lot of editing.
I'm sure I've told you my triggering milk story before.
I kind of think
True Grit.
it could be.
True green.
I kind of think of
Is
what
it
the-
true grit milk?
The
story?
green stuff. What?
What?
the green
I said
story.
triggering.
No,
Hang on. I said triggering. Aaron thought I said true grit, and then
True
Ruby
milk.
went no true green.
The true
Alright,
green
anyways.
story.
Alright, this is definitely a TMI story. But
Needs
it's
to
really
be a
bother us.
disclaimer. Just put disclaimer out.
Yeah.
Literally
Trigger.
can't. It's just audacity.
Right, anyways.
Oh yeah, we're recording audacity, by the way.
Trigger warning for sad and domestic abuse, right? You wouldn't think this was about milk, right? So I was like 5, and no, I would have been about 4 or 5. I was living in our shitty old house in a little place in Sunderland. It was like little miners' cottages. It was shit, right? And my dad was a bit of a pisshead. He was a bit of an alcoholic. So I'm like just tottering in the kitchen. I'm like, I'm minding my own business. It's a regular night of parental abuse, and so my dad's pissed. My mum's. I remember it so clearly, right? So my mum was washing up, right? She was doing dishes. My dad was standing next to her, like drinking Carlin, because that was his drink, and he was like
The
screaming
classic
at her.
wife beater drink. Really.
It is the classic wife beater drink, ironically. So,
What
so
is
I,
the wife beater drink?
Carlin.
I thought it was Stella. Yeah,
and
Stella.
Carlin. Stella and
So
Carlin.
I'm- This is right, and this is why
Rancho
I will not drink milk on its own. It's because of this incident, right? So I open the fridge. I'm like ignoring all of this shit going on. It's just it's regular, and pick up the milk. I'm like, yes, lovely, lovely swig of cold, fresh milk. I gulp it down because I was thirsty, and then like it was just like, you know when you just hit with like immediate regret, right? So I realised after like 2 gulps, because I was drinking it really fast, that the milk is completely sour.
I've done
but
that
to
before.
the point, no, it was like in clumps.
Oh.
It was in clumps
It was
of
basically
like
cheese.
You know when it separates into like water and clumps? It was that is what I was drinking. So like I started freaking out, and I started like screaming and crying, and my parents freaking out like, what the fuck's wrong? What's wrong? And my dad picked us up and put us on the bench next to where my mum was washing up. And I remember being faced with this choice, right? So they realised what I'd done. So my mum got us a glass of water. So I have a glass of water on one side of me face, but then my dad gave us this kind of Carlin. I was 4, and I remember like looking from side to side for like a couple seconds, which one do I choose? Which one do I choose? Do I choose the Carlin or do I choose the water? I was like, I could have a cheeky swig of Carlin, but I was like, no, I'm going to be good. And I took the water, but the water had like a bit of washing up liquid in it still. And then I just that was just that is. I remember it so clearly. I would have only been about 4 then, I think. But it's just, it feels so vivid. But then I remember it. I just remember I remember I left after I calmed down a bit, and I just remember the screaming getting worse, basically, and then that was it.
I've done that before, like proper chugged milk, and then you have a moment of horror, and you're like.
That's why I don't drink milk on its own anymore. It traumatised us. The milk traumatised us more than the abuse.
Here's the thing: milk is only nice out of the carton. I don't like a glass of milk. I think it's vile, horrendous. But when you drink it out the carton, it's nice. I don't know. It just hits different.
I will say,
it's different.
A bottle of Coke and a glass of Coke are very different, and a glass is the best way to have Coke, except for a glass bottle.
Glass bottles are superior.
No, cans aren't very good. Bottles are fine.
I like Coke, right, when it's like
out of a tap. Like out of a tap, or
wherever
like
you
Mackey's.
Oh, right, okay.
Or like Mackey's or something.
But like in your kitchen, you start to tap Coke. No, I like it when it's a little bit more flat. I don't get flat, but like I don't like it too fizzy.
I'm the same.
I agree with that, because when I drink Coke that's fizzy, it feels
like
like it gets stuck in my throat.
But that's the point of Coca-Cola. You
no, because it's too
Speaking
fizzy.
of Coke,
there cannot be a fizzy Coca-Cola. There cannot not be fizzy.
No. When it's like you've opened it and you left it for like 10 minutes just to like unfizz a bit, like get most of the fizziness out.
No, you don't want most of the fizziness out. You want about like 3
half and
quarters
half.
to
3
half.
quarters. How do you quantify this? I'm looking at a bottle.
Right.
How do you quantify this? Looking at a can.
You listen to it.
Oh,
you listen
fuck off.
to the
Oh, you
Riley, you can't
fizz
say
whisperer.
nothing. You listen to fucking spaghetti.
I know exactly what she means.
I don't know what the fuck you mean.
I'm listening with
Right, wait,
You
2
put
seconds.
your fucking headphones in front of things.
2 seconds, she's me. I need my hand spaghetti hoops,
no,
my earphones.
I'll
Lovely.
explain why I listen
That's
to
my favourite song on us.
spaghetti. I'll explain.
The spaghetti
I
song.
have a specific thing with tinned food, and spaghetti hoops is one of them. It's cheap, so I get it, and it's just one of those things you can just eat. You know what I mean? No effort, put in the microwave, easy done, right? And I will be in Morrison's or wherever I'm buying from, Aldi even. Actually, I don't buy hoops from Aldi, but that's for another time. There's a personal story. But I'll be there and I'll be like, right, I need to check if these are good hoops because you can shake them. Right, you're allowed to shake them in Morrison. So I'll shake them next to me, and if they're juicy, not moist. Moist is bad. If they're liquidy, they sound like they're just like you're just doing a bottle of water. You're just swigging a bottle of water in your head.
But if they're like squelchy.
If they're squelchy, you do not get them ever because they'll be shit. All right, but if you do ever get one of the squelchy ones, just shake it up a long time beforehand. Shake. It'll come out quite alright, and you'll be able to have a brilliant tin of hoops. That's why I listen to spaghetti.
I used to get beans and sausages. Beans and sausages.
Yeah, I do.
Spaghetti and sausages are nice.
Them with my lunch when I was a child.
Spaghetti and sausages?
Have you never had them? They're so good.
Oh, that's fucking
the spaghetti
rancid.
tastes nicer with the sausage. I don't know what makes it different.
Because I used to eat beans and sausages, and I used to eat the sausages, but not the beans, because the sausages.
Because you don't want to flick them.
No, because the sausages in the sausages and beans are like particularly good. They're different to regular sausages.
I used to like them.
Yeah, they're made better by the fact that they're in the beans, but the beans are made worse by being with the sausages, which is quite strange.
I remember my mama's boyfriend. He got really pissed off at us once because I opened a tin of beans to have some beans on toast, right? But I took the sausages out of it and had them on me, like with me tea. And he came in, he started like proper kicking off. He was like, "Why the fuck have you took all the sausages out me beans?" Like genuinely. And then I got me phone confiscated because I ate the sausages out of a tin of beans.
That it kind of reminds me of a story about like how one of my friends, I gave him like a mouldy pot noodle and he ate it all before seeing the mould.
How do you get a mouldy pot noodle?
So, my mum bought me loads of out-of-date food, and this pot noodle.
Wait, how do you get out of
Yeah, how does your mum buy out-of-date food?
Because there's a shop in Doncaster
that sells
out-of-date food, but like it's really, really cheap.
No, there's
really
some shops
cheap.
around Palion that sell out-of-date food, but how an out-of-date pot of noodle? Like that's the least like thing you'd buy out-of-date. Because they like last for 2 years.
How does a pot noodle get mouldy though? Because
I'll tell you what happened. So we were going for a night out, and he got this pot noodle. It was like 2 years out of date, and it was curry flavoured one.
Oh.
And like, do you know the packet? It had like fucking gelatinated.
That sounds like a ghost.
No, it isn't what it is. Where it turned like jelly, so it wasn't like a it was minging.
The outside.
No. Do you know like the packet of flavour you get?
Alright.
It had gelatinated.
Oh,
So you made this pot noodle, ate the entire thing. Then at the bottom there was like a good centimetre of mold. Shout out to Seth. Good centimetre of like mould at the bottom of this, and he'd finished the entire thing.
Including the mould?
No, we didn't finish.
the mold.
So that's the time my friend ate a
that
pot
story,
noodle.
when you said that the fucking pot noodle had mould in it, for a second this sort of thought flashed through my mind, and it was of a second-hand pot noodle.
I get me pot noodle set.
I was thinking you'd like had this pot noodle, like you'd made it, but then left it too long. And
No. There was like a good centimetre of just mould, and he saw it, and the sheer horror on his face. He was like, "That's fucking vile," and he'll never eat food from me again.
Never.
Never.
That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
So, that kind of wraps up the Sigma Male.
Yeah, the Sigma Male and the Sigma Males are very naughty lads.
They're all
they're
really,
really angry. It's the new. It's
the new horoscope.
It's the new horoscope, but for men, because horoscopes largely are a female
just an
thing.
additional zodiac on the horoscope.
No, it's not.
Sun
it's
newspaper.
a whole different subcategory.
It's very targeted
There's
towards
loads
men.
of. Yeah, it's fucking no shades.
Yeah. No, but I mean, it plays on male insecurities very
Oh,
well.
right, yeah.
The Sun
maybe
newspaper, they're going to get rid of like the horoscope page and just do it.
That's going to be the
by,
archetypes
like, the fucking,
of male.
Yeah.
The archetypes of male.
They're gonna,
it's going to be like all.
Do you feel like you have no friends? You might be
It's Sigma.
No,
No, they're going to replace Dia Deidre with what's his name, the red pill teacher.
Dia Rochefort.
Oh yeah, no. Dia Anthony fucking Lopez or something. Anthony Fantano. No, it's Dini Anthony Rodder or something like that, and he's going to be in it, and he's going to be saying, "Look, the reason you have no friends is because you meant to not have any friends because you're a Sigma male."
Yeah, no,
but if you do my 30-day course, you'll
well,
get
charge
friends.
you loads of money to do it. Then you'll be you'll have millions of friends. Like you'll have literally billions.
You'll get all the muff. You'll get all the mates.
You'll get all the muff.
all the friends.
You'll get all the penis. You get all the dick. You'll get all the wine.
You get
all the promotions,
all the nonsense, all the kids.
You'll get every pedo you desire. Right?
But,
in your wildest dreams.
Fucking so Sigma males are really bent, and they're all.
And it's just another way of saying I'm not like the other guys. You know that popular
I'm
internet
edgy.
thing where it's like I'm not like the other girls. It's like
they're like indie people. But as like a fucking archetype.
And it's just like look, I'm trying to get with you. And look, I'm not like the other guys. I'm a good guy. It is basically the nice guy thing, but not. But being more of even a cunt.
Yeah, it's the nice
guys are pricks anyways. Like
it's an evolved version of the nice guy.
Fucking, it kind of highlights how the self-help industry is mainly just a fucking racket. There are genuine self-help books, but most of it, especially this like alpha beta shit and the sort of Jordan Peterson style self-help, is just
Kama
a fucking
Sutra
racket.
is an amazing self-help book.
Kama Sutra, the Sex India book.
Yes.
I didn't know that was self-help book, to be honest.
It's not.
I don't think it is.
No.
Yeah. Alright.
What?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's Sigma Mills wrapped up for the time being. Until next year when they come back again. For the next election. But for the next topic, we're going to be talking about our jobs, our lovely, lovely jobs, and specifically our bad experiences on jobs. I'm going to start with me and Aaron on this one, because the other two people here have had actual jobs. Aaron has had an actual job, but also a non-job, and I've had a non-job to the ultra extreme of what a non-job is. You know the idea that some jobs are just
Bullshit.
nothing. They're just bullshit. They just exist because they just have to exist for bureaucracy to function for some reason. So yours was less so that and more so just
A shit job.
just a shit job.
So
Just a pointless job.
my first job I got when I was 17, I think. It was with a company called Phoenix Eye Security, and it sounds cool when you say you work in security, but it was really not cool at all, because what we actually did was events doing shit. So my typical day of work, say there was a tall ships event or something that was really bent. It was like these ships that were proper tall came in. There were loads of people watching it, and because we were doing event security, that we posted people all over the place. There were a couple people who had actual jobs there. The people who organised it, and some the beefy guys who were kind of former bouncers, that kind of
Beefy guys.
yeah, the beefy
Alpha males.
Yeah. Some of the beefy birds there were former bouncers, and they actually did a real job. But my job when I was there, I worked I think on my second day that I worked a 12-hour shift. Right?
Oof.
Which, isn't nice.
That's literally half a day.
Yeah, it's fucking. It really wasn't fun. And my job from that day, for the next 3 days after as well, was there was a road, right? And I had to stand on this road, and I had to tell people, don't go down this road, right?
So you're basically like a ballard.
I
Yeah,
know-
human
I know
ballard.
where this is, geographically speaking. I get what you mean, where the area is.
Yeah, it's
I know where the
nearest
tall
heaven.
ships are coming up. Yeah.
And it was a one-way road, so I had to say, don't go down this road. So
Go down the road.
now I was standing on the street corner, not for 12 hours straight, but almost for 12 hours straight. I had a half-hour lunch break, or might have been 45-minute lunch break. So.
Well, yeah, you weren't allowed to go on your phone.
Yeah, wasn't allowed to go on my
Or
phone.
anything,
I did.
yeah.
I did anyway. Once the van with the supervisor would pass you by, and then you'd be like, right, I can go on my phone for 10 minutes. I actually read a lot of George Orwell because you can get all his books for free on there. So I've read through Down Out in Paris and London.
Well, I suppose you got quite a
That
decent...
was alright, but it was also just you had to stand up even when the supervisor was there. You had
But
to
what
stand
was the
up.
pay? Was the pay?
The pay?
Were you like, I've done a 12-hour shift, but it's worth it
Well,
in the end?
did you watch Philosophy Tube's video on bullshit jobs?
No, I haven't.
Well,
watched it.
I actually like that video quite a bit because I really related to something he'd said. In it, he had a bullshit job working for the NHS, just doing data entry. And he said one of the things he'd done to entertain himself, because he was doing fucking nothing all day, was work out exactly how much money he was making per second. And I did that while I was working there as well, because you get so bored
So
that you
how
have to
much
just
money per
entertain yourself.
second did you
Yeah.
earn?
I don't remember now, but my pay, to be fair, the pay was above what the minimum wage was for 17-year-olds. Minimum wage for 17-year-olds like £4 odd, and I was getting paid £7 odd.
That's not worth
Thing is,
it.
I'm not sure if that was an
You
error.
got
'cause the-
84 quid for 12 hours of standing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not even...
And so it wasn't fun. My job could literally have been done by a traffic cone.
Yeah.
It's not even
Yeah,
a joke,
yeah, I know.
or a set of red lights.
But
at
yeah,
once.
why didn't they just put a
I don't
line
know.
of
I think I said this the other day. Is that I think they only put me there because they accidentally hired too many people and just had to find something for everything to do.
right,
And
yeah.
that's what bullshit jobs are. Is when you just you need
You stood
someone
there.
to do something, so you just
Yeah.
make them do anything, even
Yeah.
if it's literally bullshit.
It's because something's been fucked up in the process of hiring.
Mhm.
So now they're just right, we just need X person to do bullshit tasks
Mhm.
for as long as we can. Because we need to pay them now.
Mhm.
If we don't get them to do something at least, we're going to be paying them for nothing.
Mhm.
It's almost like the bosses who have hired you to do that are just convincing themselves that they've made their money's worth.
Yeah.
I've made my money worth out of them because I put them up there when I could have just got a traffic
Yeah,
cone.
I
to
made
do
him a
the job.
traffic cone. So
I literally made him a traffic
Yeah.
cone for 12
A
hours.
human
Yeah.
traffic
Or
cone.
even, yeah, and it was just it was just
Wait,
fucking
what
awful.
time was it from? Was it early morning
Was
to late?
Actually, I think it might. I know my first day that I started about 7. I think my second
AM.
day 7 a.m.
Oh,
I think my
Jesus.
second day, my Actually, no, it wasn't a 12 hour, it was a 13-hour shift. I don't remember what time I started, but I know I ended somewhere around 11 or 12 o'clock.
At
Yeah,
night?
you could probably get.
Well,
Where you
no,
started
but
from where you
it was no, I don't know exactly. It was something like
About
9
10 a.m.
10 a.m., 9 or 10. And yeah, it was not good. And the worst part of it was a 0 hours contract. So they just called me up and they said, "Can you work these days?" And I had school, but I figured I'd take time off. I wasn't doing anything important. So I took time off school and I just went in.
Sent me on the Tommy Robinson run.
Oh.
I've rich bid.
Fucking we've made lose train of thought now. No, right, yeah. So the horrible part of it was is that it's a 0 hours contract, so you aren't told what time you finish. So we'll get to 9 o'clock and we had a radio, and they'd radio in and say something along the lines of like, "Oh, X person, you're done now," and then you'd just be waiting for you to come out, and that started at 9 o'clock. So at 9 o'clock at night, they're telling people, "Oh yeah, you're finished." So you're thinking,
Were you
oh,
last?
I was near last.
Oh,
Because
that's
you start
horrible.
thinking like, "Oh well, I'll be soon. I'll be finished soon." And
Surely nobody's driving there at 10
no,
o'clock.
no one was. No,
Yeah.
I could. There were probably about 20 cars that I actually had to tell, "Oh, don't go down this road," over the course of 12 hours. But it's just horrible because you get at 9 o'clock.
That's
and
barely a car.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, and you're thinking that, "Oh, I'm going to finish soon," and then an hour goes by and you still haven't finished, and you just start to get depressed, especially when you've been standing up for like 13 hours. And
Oh,
it's
I
just
would fucking
horrible.
depress you.
Yeah.
No, because it's not the it's like somebody might go, "Oh, but that's an easy job, so you've just got money for nothing," and it's true you have, but you've had to stand for 13 hours.
It's
It's
That is
and be doing
astounding.
nothing. If you know, it'd be hard working at a bar standing for that long, but at least you're doing tasks you
Yeah,
can
well,
talk to
to
people. maybe.
contrast
It's
that-
worse when you're not doing anything and you're just like fucking pacing.
Well,
Oh.
when the job I got after that was at Latimer Seafood Deli, plug check that out.
Luke 09 came in once.
Yeah. And yeah,
Aaron met a footballer.
I did, and he said hello. And I
He said hello.
Yeah, and he went, "Oh, we love you, yes."
He said that to you.
And when I worked at Lab, it was a seafood deli. It wasn't a nice job. I had to work with a lot of raw fish, and it smelled. It was like
It was
shit.
easier than the co-op.
It was no, but it wasn't a nice job. And on Christmas Eve, I had to work a very long shift. I started at 7 in the morning. I ended around 6, I think. And I was one of the lucky ones.
Wait, you are working Christmas Eve this year? I mean,
Um,
last year.
Not last
It
year.
would
the
have
year
been this
before.
year.
2019.
Oh, fucking
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah.
Fuck
And
that.
I was one of the lucky ones though, because I started at 7, but it was only me and one other employee who started at 7. Everyone else started. I can't remember. It was either some of them started at 2 o'clock in the morning, and some of them started at 4 o'clock in the morning, and they started to work a full
4
shift
in
up
the
till 6.
morning.
Yep. But the thing is, even when I was working a very long shift, it was it was obviously a horrible job working with raw fish. It's not nice.
Yeah, you smelled really
I smelled
bad
fucking
all
horrible,
the time.
didn't
Yeah, one of his clothes specifically smelled horrendous.
You smelled horrific. If you
Fish
ever got in a
coat.
car, you just stank of fish.
Oh yeah, I remember getting the call
Yeah.
from once after you just finished
And
shift.
it was horrible, but it was better than the bullshit job because at least you're on a long 9-10 hour shift, but it's like you're doing something. You have
And you're
something
talking
do.
to
Yeah.
people as well. You're
Well, no,
not
I
just
didn't.
like.
I hated all of them. Shout out to everyone I worked with except for Ian. You were all cunts.
No, I mean customers.
Ian, all of
Customers
it.
though. At least you talk to people rather than talking to
No,
one
I don't-
person
no, I
less
can't
than an
talk with-
hour.
I mean, I didn't mind doing just the menial labour of cracking open crabs or cleaning crabs in a little bath. That's whatever. But talking to customers isn't fun unless I look good now.
Yeah, I bet you loved on him. Bet you had a lot of time, but you love
Yeah,
football.
yeah. I said
You're football till you die.
Yeah, I said, look, mate, I know you're one of my biggest supporters. I really appreciate
You
it.
said that. Alright. Fucking brilliant. Says,
That's
you're
brilliant.
happy with your fake job.
I was.
I think I had my fake job longer than yours because yours was just like
Well, it was 0.
you come in
yeah,
today.
Yeah.
I had organised shifts.
Mm.
But on my job, I was paid a fair, decent wage, 180 quid a week. But it wasn't paid into the account, so it was cash in hand payments from
the first sort of bad sign.
Yeah, no, it's on the
Cash in
first
hand
like,
is superior. Oh.
it's the first sign though that you're not really working there. Right? So, it's like getting cash in hand is like, I've got the. It's kind of rewarding on a Friday when you get paid. Then you're thinking, but I'm not really
You're
work. I'm not
really
officially.
employed.
This is officially not work really. But I was happy with the money. The money's brilliant. For what I done, the money was brilliant. I remember walking in because I was told, "Oh, you've got an interview," alright, and I was like, "Oh, this interview is going to be brilliant," and it was a dingy fucking. You know where it is.
Yeah, I went in the downstairs of it once.
Yeah.
What
it's
is it
right
that you
next to a
did?
fucking hostel, basically. What?
What was it? What was the job?
It was real estate. I
Oh.
worked in real estate agents, right?
You worked real estate.
I didn't work real estate. I went to real estate agents. You know, I was one of the. I was a grunt.
What was your job description?
Nothing. It wasn't a fucking job. It wasn't a job. It was a joke.
Mm.
They were taking the piss. Actually, they were all right with us. It's just I felt like it was just a joke that I was there. Like it's funny. Let's pay. You know,
Didn't you get it through your
Yeah, no. I got it through because somebody knew the owner. Who I know, right? And
Who you know?
Yeah, no. It's you know you can get jobs through that, and you can get very lucky through just local connections. But I walked up in this dingy, horrible place. I don't think any of you have been in there.
I've been in the downstairs.
Yeah, but it looks horrendous. This right. So you walk in, right? You have to get buzzed in, alright? And the first thing you see is a fucking broken down bar in a real estate agent's office. Okay, why there's bottles
so
of
small
alcohol
as
everywhere.
well.
Oh, it was
It's
hot,
tiny.
It was fucking boiling, and this was midsummer. This is 35 degree weather.
Fireworks.
Constantly, it was horrible. Alright, so you'd walk in. There's just this fucked up bar for no reason. Right?
It didn't serve a
It
purpose.
just wasn't even if they didn't move it at all. I probably haven't moved it since then, and I was working there 2 years ago before I went to university. I was trying to save money for uni. I walk upstairs. You know, I realised, oh fuck no, this is getting more depressing. I see the guys like, hey, you know,
The guys.
the guy
The
who's the
lads.
interviewers. The interview was so fucking shit. He was literally just saying, like, I've never had an actual proper job interview except from this one. I don't think you can count it because he was asking me questions on how do you think you'd do with this? Have you worked in a real estate agent before? I was barely 18 years old, and he's like, have you worked in a real estate agent before? It's like, well, no, of course I haven't.
You would have known that you had.
Yeah, no, he literally, the thing is, he knew the person who got us that job, right? So why is he even asking me these fucking questions? It's like,
Why even interview you?
But that's the thing, we sat down for an interview for 5 minutes, he's like, at the end he went, you've got the job, and I was like,
Yeah, that's not.
I already
that's
knew I
not-
was getting the
Yeah,
job.
it's not how interviews work.
Yeah.
Like people, like in a film, you might say like, "You got the job." You got it.
Yeah.
But like in reality, you do your interview and then they say, "All right, we'll get back to you in like a week." Or, like a
Yeah.
month.
No, but he's like, you've got the job.
Yeah.
It's like,
I've had a job interview like that. I still have that job, like where they like shook the hand. I was
That's
like,
fair.
Alright, no, but
Fucking-
the thing is, I said I was getting interviewed, but I wasn't really getting interviewed. I knew I already had the job, but then I had to do an interview anyways. I don't know if there was screens to see if I was mentally ill or something.
Probably
or-
just there to make it look like you weren't, being employed under the table because of nepotism.
Yeah, no, also, I think other workers wouldn't have liked that, and that would have been completely fair if they didn't. You know, if they rose up and just killed me, it'd be like, that makes sense, I don't deserve this. I have no qualifications to be in this job at all. My tasks were funny though. Because, I remember this, I go in 3 times a week, I'm getting paid 60 a day for a 10-hour shift, right? And every fucking time I went in for the first week, I did literally nothing related to real estate agents, work, whatever that is, right? I would just fucking rearrange. I would do their tasks they were too lazy to do. Even though I was meant to be, right? My official title, I just remember my official title. My official title was Digital Communications. Right?
That is a bullshit title.
No, I was, my official, it is, isn't it? My official title was to do things to do with the marketing. And I had no marketing experience, especially not in real estate agencies. But, right, my official title was to kind of sort the website. You know, like how real estate agents advertise on Zoopla and fucking on the market, that sort of shit. You know, the fucking that shit, right? I rearranged them to make it look better because the fucking photos they were using from fucking some of the flats they were advertising on the website from 2005.
Some of them probably didn't even exist.
29. No, some of the photos were fucking nonsense. Some of the photos weren't real. They weren't applicable to that specific
Oh,
job.
actually.
Some of the photos were just wrong.
Some of them, I can imagine, because of the kind of real estate agent you were working for, they rented to people who weren't exactly well to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They rent it to mainly drug addicts, usually, because this is a type of real estate agent strategy in some poor areas. They're meant to mainly drug addicts who can pay a month's rent or pay a partial deposit and then they'll just take that money off them because they know the property has no value with anybody who actually wants to live there. And same applies to, they tend to rent out to a lot of like students, Vietnamese, Chinese students, mainly.
My dad was going to do that.
Well, yeah, no, it's like it's gonna make you money, but it's
not
horrible.
really ethical. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not ethical. But
Well, some of the photos they've been using, do you reckon do you ever see a photo for a flat in Doxford Park?
there's probably a couple, but I can't
Right,
remember.
if
the
there
exact
were,
ones. There's
if
like
they were
70
using-
I do.
If they were using photos of flats in Doxford Park, I can guarantee none of those photos were houses that actually existed.
Yeah,
was
they're
that
probably
type-
fake ones.
Yeah, they were photos.
I
No,
don't
they
think
were,
I need.
they were-
Doxford Park's too far away.
See, that
Well, I don't
reminds
know.
Nearly
me.
central Sunderland
no.
was the main area. So I remember one time. So I remember rearranging the photos and advertising it quite well for Zoopla. This property in it's in
I
Ashford.
saw those photos
It's-
you took.
Right. No, they weren't the photos I took. No,
You took some on
no,
your phone?
that was in Merton. That's not the same one.
Okay.
No. I was rearranging them to make them look better. On obviously one thing real estate agents do, which I'm releasing the business secrets here. I'm releasing the secrets of the corporations. But one thing they'll do is tell you deliberately Photoshop every photo to the extreme, so they
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
do not look like they originally did. And one they made me do it with. The photos look fine to begin with, but I have photoshopped them even more.
Yeah.
Was a flat in Ashbrook in Sunderland, in a very, very poor area of Ashbrook, where largely refugees and immigrants tend to live, and
Is
they have
that the one
students.
near mine?
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
They tend to live there, and because it's usually cheap property, it's usually like 90 quid. It's probably about 200 quid a month to live there, so it's really cheap shit. I remember looking at the photos for them. They looked amazing. Like it looked like somebody had. It looked like it was, if you were at uni, you'd flat share there. I went in, and it was fucking deplorable. Like there was literal fucking glass broken places.
Ooh.
They had freezers on the stairs. They had a freezer on the stairs.
Well, that
Like,
reminds
What the
me
fuck's that all about?
of something. I fell for like CGI fucking hotel.
Wait, how did you fall for a CGI hotel?
So. It was Sam's birthday. Shout out to Sam. You're a dickhead. I hate you.
I've been listening, yeah.
I'll send it to him. and be
Send
like,
it on.
I'll send it to him and be like, go to like this time, and I shouted you out. Emo trash.
15 minutes. 56 minutes.
So it was for his birthday. It was his 20th, and this oh god, the CGI had like trees, and like it was an actual hotel, but it was horrific. Like we walked in, I think it was like £40 a night, and it was in Chapeltown.
Oh right, that is a rough area.
Yeah,
That's
and
rough.
his office was a cupboard, and he was sat on the box. He was sat on the box.
Is he Harry Potter or something?
No,
Office
it was
is
a
fucking
cupboard. It was a cupboard, and he was sat on a cardboard box.
Fuck off.
I am serious. His computer was like, do you know them like Dell fucking
Cardboard.
really old, do you know them really old computers?
Alright, yeah.
I walked in, and we were stood there for a good 5 minutes while they were finishing this really shit game that was like an old 2005 game.
Mhm.
And then went to the room. It was horrific. There was stains on bed. There were like one pillar, no bin. You could open the window with your toe. With your toe.
Why?
Oh, was that a bad thing?
Why do you know that?
Because you could literally like push the window open. So we were like,
Oh,
I
right, you
bet
mean push it open,
No.
like-
So it was like, I bet we could open it with the pressure of our toe, and you could literally just push it with your toe, and the window would open.
Well, if his office was in a cupboard, what was it?
We weren't even in the office. We were stood in the
What was
hallway.
the office for? Like, what was his business?
The hotel. The hotel.
The hotel.
The
Was the
hotel.
hotel a flat?
The hotel had like 3 rooms.
That's not a fucking
That's
hotel. That's a
dodgy as
hostel.
fuck.
It was CGI. The CGI trees into
Wait,
it, and
wait,
I
wait,
fell
wait,
for
when you
these
got there, it was
CGI
CGI.
photos.
When you got there, I was like, fuck, no CGI this.
No, we
Did
got
they
there.
CGI like a fucking high-rise building?
Yeah, they CGI'd it to be like a lot
That's
bigger than
great.
it was, and there was literally like 3 rooms. And, oh god, it was horrific.
That's amazing.
Horrific.
That's just a fun bed and breakfast.
No,
that's like
no,
not
because there
old,
was
no.
no breakfast. It was just bed.
Is that right? It was
Bed.
a bed.
It was bed.
It was bad.
What was the Wi-Fi password? Oh my god, it was his name. The Wi-Fi password. The Wi-Fi password. What? I can't even remember his name. We'll say like Andrew. The Wi-Fi password was like Andrew 123.
Andrew 123.
It was horrific. Horrific.
Something you don't want to fall for.
But it was only 40 quid.
I mean, there's a reason why it's 40 quid though.
Yeah, 40 fucking quid. That's ridiculous.
Cheap. That's more expensive.
The Travelodge?
Yeah, the Travelodge.
Yeah, but there was a concert that night.
Oh,
So like
maybe,
all
yeah,
the
prices
hotels
would
were
probably go
gone.
Yeah.
So
the remaining ones would be shit.
and it was quite scary. Like we thought we were gonna get
Well,
mugged.
Chapel
area-
Town, for anybody who doesn't know, is a bit rough area, and it's a really rough area.
Yeah,
It's
and it was
fucking
like in the roughest place of it. Horrendous.
rough. For any Sunderland viewers, which I doubt we have any.
It's like going to the
What
head.
about
It's like so Chapeltown is like, let's compare Hyde Park and Chapeltown. Hyde Park is shit, but it's not horrendous.
Because it's students. It's a student place.
It's a bit of a shithole, but it's not the worst. It's like going from fucking. It's like in Sunderland, going from.
I'd say Hyde Park is like
No. Because I wasn't at uni.
Hyde Park's like close knit Ashbrook.
I wasn't at uni
And
at this
then-
point.
Well, the buildings are a lot like the.
Yeah,
ones in
but then fucking Chapeltown is like Witherwack. Not even Chapeltown. Witherwack isn't popular enough to be as bad as Chapeltown, but like it's on the level. You know what I mean?
Chapeltown, there's at least a murder every day. Just to put it that
Oh,
way,
yeah, no,
there's at least a
crime
murder
and fucking-
every day.
Yeah,
and
I
it's-
wouldn't wanna be there.
Horrific.
I have a funny job story. It's a bit depressing though. So I worked. I was like 17, maybe just when I turned 18, and I worked in this pub. So no, I had two. Well, I kind of had two jobs, right? So I worked in a steak and wine bar, right? The owner was. I wasn't on the books. And it was always fucking empty. I barely got paid. I never got paid on time, and they always paid us way less than what I'd actually worked for. But I couldn't really protest because I wasn't on the books. And he decided that because his business was doing so well, he would buy another place and try and open another business. So around the corner, this is near our football stadium. It was called like the Fort or something like that. And he was like, "Oh, Scarlett," I came out. He's like, "Oh shit, sorry." He's like, "Oh, Scarlett, I need you to go and work at the pub down the road." I was like, "What are you on about?" He's like, "Right, just go down there, go in there, and then just work that shift, please." I was like, "All right, no bother." So I get there, I walk in, and it is fucking disgusting. It was like it looked like the building was still being done out. The floors were scruffy. It was like that weird. It's like that. You know that weird shit they put on the floor in like public bathrooms.
What?
It like the kind of weird muddy pink colour,
What?
and it's like plastic. It's like rubbery.
Oh,
in
is it
the-
got like spots on it?
Yes.
Like it's
Oh,
spot.
yeah, it's like that.
Like-
but
like
wasn't
in the
it was like
fucking-
rubbery.
Oh, like Park Lane bathrooms.
Yes, kind of like that. It was like this weird rubbery
they're
floor.
fucking rough.
It's like that. The tables were all mismatched. The chairs were all mismatched. I think they had like these weird little cushioned seats which were full of rips. It was a disgrace. People that go behind the bar to get the bed sits upstairs. There was a fridge. Oh yeah, there was a fridge like just like through this door. It didn't actually have a door. It was just a doorway.
I've been in this pub. It's fucking horrific.
It is disgusting. It's a
It's
fucking
It's
state.
one of those pubs that you would be a last resort to go to.
Yeah, and it was a last resort. So the only time this pub was ever open was on match days.
Well, yeah,
right?
because they made the most money that day.
And that was the only time they made money because nobody would fucking dare set foot in there. I
it
think
was known as a
you'd
rough
probably
pub around
you would
Sunday.
probably get no. It wasn't even known as that because it was never
It
open.
was, of course.
There was
it
a
was back
reason.
that's been open for years.
Yeah, no, but it's been closed for a long time now.
Yeah, no, but people
Um,
used to know it's like a proper shit.
it was
pub.
disgusting.
Proper shit house pub.
There was a fridge just
Same
behind.
with like Franklin's and Sinatra's.
just behind the
Franklin's.
doorway to go up the stairs was just a random fridge. Yeah, no, not
Franklin's isn't one it? In Sunderland, Franklin's.
No, Joseph's.
Where have I got Franklin's
I don't
from?
know where
No,
you got
Franklin's is the pub around the corner, isn't
No, it's not.
it? Near Roma Pizza.
No, I don't know a Franklin's.
I think you just got that.
You-
didn't
Have I
Yeah,
just
you
fucking
made that
it
up.
yeah, I think you just.
No, yeah.
I feel like
that's
there is
not
something called Franklin's. I don't know
Frankie's
what's,
and Benny's is next
what's
to
the
Joseph's.
what's the fucking Irish pub called in Sunderland?
Flanagan's.
You think the Flanagans?
Nah,
No,
That's
but
not
anyways.
rough.
I don't know what I was thinking of. Joseph's and Sinatras at that level,
Yeah.
really.
So, I worked like 2 shifts at this bar, and for the most part, alright, being a 17-year-old girl in a pub, in a really rough pub, on match day, right next to the fucking stadium, it's just not a good mix, especially because this apparent manager who they'd just hired and hadn't actually checked at all, came in. I went round the other corner of the bar. There was like 2 kind of sides to it. I went around the corner. There was nobody else there, just this manager and his brother, and I could hear them talking about us, calling us Foxy and shit like that, and it was just rancid.
17.
Yeah, and
For him.
there was nobody else working with us, so I couldn't really say anything. He left just as people started coming in the pub. He left to go to the match. Fucking, so I was stood there on my own. People start filing, and then the till
How
broke.
was that much?
I know. So then the till broke, so I couldn't give change to people, and then some of the kegs went off, some of the beer went weird.
You
Yeah,
had to go to
like
the
they ran out.
bookies.
So then eventually somebody else came because I'd rang the sent help. And then the dishwasher broke because a glass smashed inside of it, just randomly. It got really hot and just smashed. So I had to go around the bookies and I was changing notes into change at fucking Coral Bet next door. That is how shit this place was. It wasn't. No, it was Coral.
Was it level above? It's definitely William.
No, it was definitely Coral. I remember it was next door.
I don't know which
But
is
anyways,
more in the bet and I
I
think
this.
William Mills, that's like higher than Coral.
So just to set out my day so far before this thing happens, I was constantly getting harassed. A group of young lads were non-stop harassing us, trying to make us go with them in the match, calling us shit, staring us down, and they were trying to harass us into going to the match with them, like leaving me shift and going with them. I was like, no, I'm not. No, they had a spare ticket, and they were trying to make us go with them. I was like, no, fuck off. So anyways, and then there was a lot of fat old men. One of them asked me names, so I said when he first came in, and then obviously with the bar being packed and maybe 1 of 2 people in, completely packed, like no room to move around, he was going, if you don't hurry up with me pint, I'll have to spank you, mind Scarlet. I was like, he was just fat and his belly was hanging out. It was disgusting. So then eventually, after about 3 mental breakdowns I'd had, starts dying down. There'd been this group of people in for quite a while, and these were all Coventry fans from down south. And this guy had been getting really aggro. He's probably on loads of coke. And he picked up a pool cue at some point throughout the day. And he started trying to attack the fans with it, saying, "This is my pub. Come back to your own." And for just to point out, by the way, this man had never been in the fucking pub before. Never been in. So that happened. He was with his girlfriend and a couple of the mates. The mates start leaving and he's still there, and for about an hour he's been changing 5 notes into coins so he can spend them on the fruity machine. So he comes up to the bar, he's like, "Hey love, can you change this?" I was like, "Yeah, no bother." Give him the 5 coins. His girlfriend comes back in after all of his mates have left. She said, "Are you coming or not? We're all leaving now." He says, No, I'm not. I'm not, just 5 minutes, I'm doing the fruities. And she starts screaming in his face, saying, "The band's at home. I cannot afford to put fucking nappies on it. And you spent all the money on the fruities." He was like, "Fuck off, man.
Off, man.
And then he kept going, "Change me $5." Ignoring us. I said, "Change the $5, I'll wait." And then eventually she just stormed out, and he must have stayed for another hour or so. Just.
Did he end up winning the jackpot?
I don't think he won once. Is the sad part.
Oh.
Is this the fucking? Was it a deal or no deal fruit machine?
No, it was just a fruity
machine.
one, I think. Like just one of the shitty ones.
Yeah, I
don't
don't
know
know.
if
I don't. Yeah, it was something
been one of those
fucking
shit
terrible.
ones,
I don't think we were that high
don't know
class.
if
It
I've
was
been
just
in
like
that
a
pub.
fruity from like the 90s. You won't have been.
High
in there.
class is deal or no deal.
Yeah,
fruity.
for a fruity machine. We didn't have that. It was probably.
Yeah.
It was probably fucking from the 90s. To be honest, it was disgusting.
Shit.
It was horrible.
Not
And then
fruit
the other
machines,
one
honest.
was in the Steak and Wine Bar, which was owned by the same guy as this pub, which shut down very shortly because it was fucking disgusting. Nobody wanted to be in it unless as a last resort. So there was nobody in. We were just cleaning. It was me, this girl, just a couple people basically. This is verified. I'm not just name calling. This crackhead comes in. And he's got an arm full of...
Verified.
Yes,
crackhead.
he was a this verified crackhead comes
No.
in.
We didn't have to say this, right? We say this now. I've grew up around a lot of drug addicts in my life. Crackhead isn't offensive, so...
No, we're allowed to say it because you know crackhead.
No, we're allowed to say full stop.
Yeah,
Crackhead isn't
crackhead's
offensive.
fine.
Anybody finds it offensive is a fucking mug.
So I... you were sorry, so he
Unless
comes,
you're a crackhead.
he
you
comes
find it
in.
offensive.
And his arms, he's carrying stuff. His arms are absolutely fine. Like, what the fuck's this? So he just walks in. He's like, "Oh, you're right. Redacted. Not going to say the manager's name." And they knew each other.
Very professional.
Yeah, I'm very professional. And I look at what he's carrying, and he's just carrying loads and loads of like bleach and like surface cleaner and kitchen roll and some washing tabs. I think he had. He was like, "Oh, do you want to buy any of these?" Offers me. And he was like, "Oh, I go on, then I'll buy them." He gives him the money. So for some fucking reason, this guy, while there's nobody else in, he just decides to stand at like the bar in this restaurant, which was a little bit more high end than the other one. And he's standing there, and he's staring us down. I was looking at him like, "Do you want a drink?" He was like, "Hey, love, you've got beautiful eyes." I was like, "Cheers." Get on with work. He stops us again. "Your eyes are so beautiful. They're so beautiful." I was like, "Cheers, yours too."
Just said, all the better to see you.
Fuck off. So he keeps going. So then he starts telling us how beautiful I am and all this and that. He seems like he's on something. I don't know if he's fucking cracked up or whatever, but. And he keeps just going on, and I feel really uncomfortable because, as I said, I was a bit of a doormat around this time. And he just keeps going on, and he starts trying to make us give him my phone number, and I'm like, "Oh no, I'm all right." And he keeps going, "No, wait, give us your phone number, And I didn't know what to do because this is I didn't want to say anything bad to him because this is somebody who's friends with my manager, and I didn't want to like get called unprofessional or something. So eventually, this girl comes in. She says, "What's going on?" I forgot his name, but let's call him fucking Philip, right? She comes in, she goes, "Hey, Philip, what you doing harassing a young lass? Your wife's pregnant at home." And he was like, no, it's fine. I'm not doing anything weird. I just want a number. So she leaves again.
Right, yeah.
And then for the next like 10 minutes, again, he's just constantly asking for me number. And it was awful, to be honest. Because then my manager comes in. The other girl says what he's been doing. He goes, he's all right, man. He's fine. He's a good lad. And this guy, to be honest,
good lad.
He never.
Is he a fucking dog?
He's
I
good
don't
for
know,
school.
but he never did anything like outright creepy. He just always used to hug us and stuff, and it was just a bit weird.
No, there's a
But,
guy
I
like that.
didn't enjoy it.
When I think I was always about him. I can't remember his name. When I worked at Latin Seafood Deli, check him out. Shell Hill, South Shields, fuck off. There was a guy who was the
Wasn't
baker.
South Shields, was it
Right, shut up, I'm hiding the identity.
Oh, right, but you've said the name.
He was the baker, and he would sort of.
He was the beta.
Yeah, he was the baker of the group chat,
Yeah.
and no, he was the baker, and he was the only like decent baker that they could find hire. So they kind of couldn't fire him, which is a really good position to be in when you work at a company, because it means you can do whatever the fuck you want. If you basically can't be fired, then you have free range. And he would just harass all the female employees just constantly. Bill was his name, and he would walk past like my female supervisor and just say like, "You tax I want a date later on," and then my supervisor just go, "Hey Bill," she go, "Who else but Bill?"
No,
not really. But she would just basically go like, "Hey Bill, what you like?" But it was quite, I don't know.
Like
it was
his
quite,
creepiness is just excused.
yeah, it's excused because he was an old
Like,
guy.
good old
Yeah,
Bill.
yeah, and it
being
was-
a fucking
the
nuts.
thing is,
It's normal, you know.
Yeah, but I think the thing is, I know.
He grew up in a different
He's
time.
stuck in his ways.
Like,
leave him alone.
I know the women employees really didn't like it, but it was just uncomfortable because you couldn't really, like, I couldn't tell my boss, because one, my boss really liked them, like, they got on well, and two, like, they couldn't really fight, so it's like, what can you do? That sort of situation, all you're left to do is just sit and like,
Accept
take
it,
it,
really.
yeah, just go, "Well, Bill, you, funny."
Bill, you're a right
Oh
lad.
yeah,
Bill,
what
You're a
used to annoy
paedophile,
me?
but Bill, it's alright.
What used to annoy me was when I didn't, because all the people I worked with for the most part were like men, and this is the job I've had in Leeds for a while. And I don't know, it's just when somebody's harassing you a bit, and they're just kind of, obviously it's different for you, Aaron, because you couldn't have done anything about it because it's somebody you work with and because your managers like them. But I'd be working like with shift managers, with people who could do something, and if people ever like harassing you, they're just like. They didn't really care, and like this one guy he wasn't groping us or anything, but he kept grabbing us every time I went over to the table. Kept trying to demand free drinks, and then I'd try to step away, and he grabbed me arm really tightly and pulled us back, And to the point where his mates apologised after he left. I was like, well, fucking, you know, what if something like that happens, you should say something to your friend while it's happening, like pack it in.
Especially when you're just a customer. Like, you don't work.
Yeah, like I wasn't a customer.
No, I mean the guy's friends.
Yeah, like they didn't say anything. They said, "Oh, thanks for putting up with it." But the real kicker there was, right, so your friend has been grabbing us by the arm, not letting us leave. You haven't said anything until after he's left. And then they didn't even leave us a fucking tip. It's the real kicker. I was like, you could at least pay us for the fucking energy I spent on your shithead mate. And then he fucking left without paying.
It's a cards only bar though, so.
No, but there is a tip jar, and you can tip on card as well,
which
it really annoyed us to be
I
honest.
work at Leeds Football Stadium. So I get shit like that all the time off like drunk Leeds supporters who are notorious for
they're notorious for being fucking dirty Leeds. That's
and I swear I've seen shit being thrown like outside Leeds. Shit.
Fecal matter.
It was like, I don't know if it was actually shit, but like it looked like shit.
Was it some brown sticky?
Yes. So I will just work in, and I usually work like, I work where the normal people who buy tickets are, so like the cheap tickets. So I work at like the cheap bar outside, and like, I think Leeds were losing or something, and it just got fucking flung. And I've seen people being like the Portaloos, and like either Leeds supporters or the other people are just being like shaking the Portaloo and stuff.
We love you, Leeds. We love you. Poo in the toilet.
And then I worked at Mackey's as well, so I saw some.
I imagine that's not.
It's a mixed job, isn't it?
I saw some stuff like I had people. It was my first job, so like, and I had like people throw food at me. I had some. Oh my god! I never saw it. But I've got 2 stories about Mackey's.
How were chicken nuggets made?
What? How were they made?
Is
Just
it true
frozen.
that, like, they're just like chicken balls?
No,
because people were talking about the sludge chicken pink sludge machine. Yeah.
No, we don't get to see that one. Yeah. So
you're not allowed to say that.
So, this one person.
That's for the manager in the cupboard.
That's for the manager. Yeah. The cleaner, like your DA staff, she went into the toilet, and apparently someone, like a crackhead, has shat and wiped it everywhere.
I was telling you about this. I was telling you how bad this was. The other day, when I helped a brother out, right, in this concrete jungle that we live in, and I was telling Riley, like, oh yeah, I've heard a lot of stories of people who work in like 7-Eleven, McDonald's, that kind of thing. They'll go in the bathroom to clean up, and it's like there's just shit.
Yeah, everywhere. They shat. It was on the mirror, the ceiling, everywhere.
No, but I imagine, just fucking, just fucking turn a bum up and be like, no.
But yeah, it was flung
cannon
everywhere. Explosive diarrhea.
Yeah.
But yeah, it were flung. I didn't get to see it, unfortunately, but it were flung. Apparently it was really minging. Like they had to completely. They had to completely.
Really nice.
They had to completely close that toilet for like the full day. She got like fucking hazmat suit on. No.
Did you not have to get people in for like hazardous waste?
No.
Oh,
she made the DA. The DA lady, bless her, she was like 65.
Aww.
And they made her clean this shit up. Another Mackey's story.
That is.
I've got one more. Someone came in with a taser once. Yeah, so I was actually on shift.
Who were planning on tasing him?
I'll tell you. I was actually on shift, and I was on like drinks, so I would have been one of the first people to get tased. So they come in and they demanded. It was either
mass tasering.
They demanded. I can't remember what it was.
They tried to rob a shop with a taser.
With McDonald's.
They're trying to rob McDonald's.
Yeah, and we had no panic button, like under the desk, nothing. The managers went and hid in the manager's thing, so we were all here like proper scared. Proper scared. They
probably thought he had an easy job on if he just started going.
I was terrified because I would have been like the second person to get tased. Yeah, because I was the person.
Hang on. No, but you've got a full team. You've got a full team of people. He's got one team.
No, and then again, nobody wants to be tasered.
Yeah, that is true.
It seemed like if somebody has a gun, you have 10 people, you won't rush them because one of you will be shot.
So the managers went and hid. Didn't tell us what to do. They were just like, carry on with your jobs. While
Wait,
this
fuck
guy
off.
was with a
No.
taser, because there were still people come through drive-through, and I was on
right, yeah.
drinks, so they were like, just carry on with your job, just carry on.
Ignore him.
Ignore him, yeah, while this guy was like shouting, being like, I'll fucking tase the lot of you. We were like, terrified. Police got called, he ran off. He got caught, but nearly died on a job.
Yeah.
At
Why not? I
McDonald's.
don't think you would have killed him with a taser.
At
You would've been there a long
McDonald's.
time.
At McDonald's when I was basically
But you're
on
not-
minimum
It's
wage.
true though. It's not. It's literally. It's not worth it putting yourself in danger for working for that shit.
Yeah.
No, that's what.
It's not the type of job you
when-
should put yourself in
When I
danger for.
was at Latmus, on my introduction, they said to me, if someone comes up and points a fucking knife at you and says, "Fucking open till, gives the money,"
Gives a
just
pitch.
do it.
Isn't it?
Yeah, you just do it. 'cause
You're
you don't-
insured?
It's
yeah, well, no,
insured,
they,
yeah.
and they told us, look, we don't pay you enough to get stabbed. So
No,
fucking-
see,
Oh, yeah,
Mackey's,
it's true,
Mackey's didn't have a panic button. They said don't give them anything. They
said don't give them anything.
yeah,
Well, no,
because
it's
because
fucking bad.
Well,
because
no, it's
here's
not
the
the
thing.
corporation. It's individual
See,
managers.
here's
They
the
know
thing
how
as
to run it.
well. Because the managers went and hid themselves in the office and locked the door, you need a manager's card to open the till. So
yeah.
even if we wanted to open the till, we couldn't.
Mhm.
So it was a fuck
Oh, but
situation.
they actually told you that if someone came in and mugged you, they said don't give them anything.
Well,
That's fucking
they never
disgusting.
actually told us that, but when that situation happened,
would
they
just carry
were
on,
just
yeah.
saying carry on,
Yeah.
try and give him some
Oh,
food.
Shit, managers.
They
Some
w-
food.
Yeah, they were just saying try and offer.
I can't pretend it. I'll give you some fucking. I'll give you fries.
I can't give you the money you fucking risk prison time to get, but I'll give you a
In
McFlurry.
McDonald's.
I'll give you a
And
Big
then-
Mac and I'll give you the extra bacon for free.
he ran off and got caught under Doncaster Bridge. So
I think the reason he's probably robbed you is because you offered him a shaker salad. No, you offered him some shit.
do you want it with
You
balsamic?
gave him the big
Balsamic vinegar.
Yeah.
Is that the plan? Oh god, fucking
Yeah.
shaker salad from my. Do you ever serve anybody a shaker salad? Is that
Oh, the
thing?
shaker salads. They're prepared. We prepare about 10. They will last the whole week.
Oh, right.
Oh.
They will last the whole
like
week.
keeping that for a full week.
Oh,
They will
no.
last a long time because no one orders them. I think
Yeah,
I must.
they look
I think I
disgusting.
personally must. I worked there for 2 years. I must have sold less than 10.
Why do
Less
they
than
even
10.
bother? Why do they even
I
bother selling
sold-
this shit?
I sold, I think, 2 or 3 salads, actual salads, not the shaker ones.
Oh, right, yeah.
Like salad boxes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
so
shit,
weird,
it's
though.
literally just lettuce and chicken.
Yeah, it's not actually got much.
You want a
nutritional value.
variety of lettuce and you want
You want a
some
lovely,
extra vegetables
delicious
and
salad.
It's got lettuce,
leaves
onion.
and-
I think it's got lettuce, onion.
seasoning,
I think that's it. Oh, balsamic vinegar.
mint.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
fucking
probably
rancid.
But yeah.
That is rancid. One last thing. Oh yeah, get killed. We'll get kill. Kill.
I can
That could be
hear
the
him.
last thing
Okay.
I ever want to say.
What was the last thing? Yeah.
That is the last thing I ever want to say.
Ever.
That's period.
What?
We're done.
Yeah.
With the podcast.
No. Get killed. Do the outro.
Kill.
Oh shit! There.
You've got to do the outro.
Kill. Why are you such a Satanist? I'm an Indian.
Well, I'm such
We've
an
established you're an Indian Satanist.
Chinese.
Indian. Well, I am
Child.
Indian, but I'm not.
He's
a
radical
Satanist.
Hindu.
Yes. You've been fighting for freedom in Tibet.
Kale, which one are you in the hierarchy?
Kill. What was it like?
Oh,
in-
yeah.
Who are you? Who are
Which
you
one
in
are
the
you in the dominance
hierarchy?
hierarchy? Are you a gamma, beta, omega, alpha, or sigma?
I don't know.
Sigma.
You know,
I'm giving you sigma, Kill.
Sigma.
Kill. What was
That's
it
the
like?
best one. That's
Yeah,
the best one.
What was it like to work in Narendra Modi's cabin?
Oh my god. Fucking only politics kids will get that. No, do the outro, Kill.
Do
Come on.
the
Give us
outro.
a lovely
Oh,
outro to finish
okay.
our podcast.
So, in conclusion, I wasn't here at all, so I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But
Milk. We spoke about milk.
Yeah.
Smoking milk.
Smoking milk. We spoke about. Oh, your
And
bean
spaghetti.
story. We spoke about your bean story as well.
What?
When you were fucking your bean. About the bean and the
Being
milkshake.
framed.
The bean and the shake.
In the milkshake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But I mean, you know.
Bean's got talents. Bean balls.
Bean steak.
Let Kill do his
No,
outro.
no, wait. Tit and bean. I'm trying to.
Who wants to
Bean
be
or
a
no
bee?
bean?
Bean or no bean?
CBB beans. CCTV.
CCTV.
Go on then, go. You do your outro. You do your lovely little outro.
Well, I don't know what
Make
to
it
say.
dedicated to all the lovers.
Give the microphone a kiss.
So this
Shout
is
out
the
Bradley Walsh.
start of the end of the podcast. To conclude, there's been lots of things said today, and they've all been lovely. And I'm so happy to be part of this experience. Night night.
Give it a kiss. Give it a kiss
Give it a
goodnight.
kiss.